Previously, the contestants faced a simple immunity challenge of getting a ball in the bucket. Max Q went first to get a ball into the bucket. Oh, and he failed miserably. Then it was Peter's turn. All he had to do was get one ball in the bucket. And Bear had it hidden in his hat, and he had to just get one ball in the bucket to not face the immunity challenge. Okay, I can't believe it. Not one of you could pass the immunity challenge. Nobody, it's time to vote. Somebody's off the crew. We've got to vote. Max Q, vote. Vote. Someone's leaving. You're out. Just one of you had to do this. One. Peter, vote. One person. Just one. Vote.
You've got to go. I'm tired of all your juggling.
The last vote. Bear, vote. There we go. Someone's out of here. Out of my control. Okay, let's check the vote. Let's see what we got here. Who's out of here? Okay, the first vote, leaving the island. No, it can't be me. You can't vote me off. How rude. I'm the host. You can't vote me off the show. No, 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 no. First vote is Max Q. The second vote is also Max Q. So Max Q is off. Let's see who the third vote is. Max Q. You voted for yourself. What are you doing? You voted for yourself. You're off. You're out. Turn in your driver. Turn in your driver. You're off. Leave. Go. Bye. Now that we've got our actual crew that we can start the show with, all right? Yes, we can bring in our blueprint and start the show. Here it is. It's coming in. It's the Golf Kingdom. We're here to help your game, and we're starting off right at the top with a Build It segment. Yes, it's going to be a great Build It segment. We're going to use common things around the house to help your game. Then we're going to visit the Golf Matrix. Yes, we're going to look at some of the numbers of golf, something important to help you. After that, we're going to go talk nerdy, a little strategy, and then a new segment at the bottom, At Home with me, your host, Rob. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you from at home to help your game. And as always, we're going to close with the time to rise. Are you ready? Because it's time to build here in the Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to the #1 golf variety show in the world, the Golf Kingdom. Are you ready to build your game? Here's your host, Rob Strano.
All right, it's time for a Build It segment here to kick off the Golf Kingdom. And I've got something that is specifically for those of you that lift your arms to start with. So a mistake we commonly see in the golf swing is this. We see a player that as you start your backswing, you lift your arms. They come off your body, they lift and go away, and that's one of the common causes of slicing the golf ball. Now, we're going to use some common things we find around the house to help you fix this. So to help you, if you lift your arms, we're going to grab a coat hanger. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn the hanging part towards your body, and you're going to wiggle your arms in the coat hanger. Now the coat hanger part will touch your body. So you can see I have the hanger part stuck right against my belly button, against my body. So as I set up, I will take back swings and keep that touching my body. So you can see if I lift my arms, it's off my body there. I don't want that. I don't want to lift my arms going back. I want to keep this all attached. So I've got the coat hanger pushing into my belly, and I'm just taking back swings and keeping that in contact with my belly. If I do that, I don't lift. So a simple thing, using a coat hanger to fix an issue if you're an arm lifter going back. So you're going to practice these short little back swings, not lifting your arms. Don't keep it on all the way going back, because eventually the arms will have to go up and behind you. But this little start back, you can use the coat hanger to fix that. Now, we're going to get the coat hanger out of here. Now, what's something else you might find around your house? If you're getting shipments like we are every day from the UPS guy, you're going to get bubble wrap. Oh my gosh, I got a bunch of bubble wrap here. So bubble wrap will pop when you step on it, right? So you can hear it popping. Okay, so bubble wrap. How are we going to fix our swing with bubble wrap? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to throw it on the ground. So fold it up into a square of like 4 little folds, and you're going to set up right here. Not on it just yet. We're going to set up right here, and we're going to lightly put our foot on it, and then set up and take a back swing. And I want you to feel like you're going to crush the bubble wrap as you go back. Like you're going to squash the bubble wrap and make it pop. So if you have those got the big bubbles on them, these will work best. These little bubbles don't quite pop real easily. So you're going to set up, lightly step on it here at setup and swing back and step on it. Oh, that popped a little bit, but you're trying to pop these bubbles so you can get all your weight into your right leg going back. That's really important when we swing the club. So here's what we've got. We've got a hanger and we've got bubble wrap. Both things will help you fix your backswing, and both things you can find around your house. Okay, are you ready? Mwah! That's for you. It's the KISS segment. Keep it simple, Strano. Yeah, something simple to help your game. And this is something that simply came up in a recent lesson with a player. And here's what happened. They came to me and said, Coach, I'm struggling with pitch shots, 20, 30, 40 yards. I never hit it on the green. I never hit a good shot. And if it does go on the green, it's miles from the hole. I said, okay, hit a few. And here's what his shots looked like. He would swing back pretty good, but then he'd come down and he'd squeeze his shoulders and his follow through would go like a foot past the ball. And the ball would dump right there. And then he'd do it again and he'd come through and he'd squeeze the shoulders and he'd blade it and it would go rolling across the ground. I said this simple thing to him, right? It's the KISS segment. Keep it simple, Strano. I said this simple thing. Keep your shoulders relaxed through the collision with the ball and stay relaxed until you finish, and finish more over here. So we got the shoulders relaxed and he started taking practice swings and just kept them relaxed, and his follow through got over here. He got a bigger follow through. So he went to hit a ball and I said, stay relaxed, keep your shoulders relaxed, and he hit it and he went right through. Shoulders nice and relaxed, right through, and he had a good finish. Because his shoulders relaxed, he was able to keep moving his arms. So the simple thing to understand is, if the shoulders squeeze and impact and tighten, the arms can't go. You could pull my arm right now, it's not going anywhere because the shoulder's tight. So if you're not following through, not hitting good shots, you're coming down to the ball and your shoulders are squeezing and you're doing that and the club's not going anywhere after impact, practice staying relaxed. If you're relaxed, the club will naturally go through and it will pull you around and you hit these better little pitch shots. This has been a KISS, mwah, keep it simple, Strano tip to help your pitch shots. Well, as you can see, we have entered the golf matrix. Yes, the numbers of golf. And I've got some numbers I'm going to help you try to calculate on those layup shots on the par fives. And I know you mess them up because you got to have a little deeper dive into the matrix to get it. So let's look at this image I've got here. What we've got is a par five where we've hit our tee shot here. This is the 100-yard marker. The green is here over the pond, and this is the wind blowing in our face. So we're going to call this a 10-yard wind. Let's just say it's blowing 10 yards worth of wind. So we are 250 yards to the middle of the green. It's a 10-yard wind in our face. That's going to be 260 yards to fly it onto the green over the water. Now, let's just say we can't do that. So we want to lay up to the 100-yard marker. Okay? So what we do is we figure from here to here, if we have 260, we've got to hit it 160 to account for the wind in our face to get it to the 100-yard marker. So you hit your 160 club, and your 160 club goes to the 100-yard marker. Well, here's the problem. We didn't account for the 10 yards of wind from the 100-yard marker. So it's not 100 from here, that's right, it's 110. So we have to account for it twice to get the right number. Are you with me? The wind, you're going to go through twice if you're laying up. Once on the layup and once on the approach. So if you're trying to get to a specific number right here, you've got to account for that wind twice. So instead of 260, it's 270. I have to hit a 170 shot, which will give me here. This difference right here is the 10 miles an hour of wind, and now I can hit my 100-yard shot on the green. So the golf matrix, it's a deep dive into the numbers, and we got to get this right to get the perfect club in on those par 5 layups. Now stay tuned. We got some great stuff coming up here in the Golf Kingdom, faster than one swing and one putt. Well, you want some great stuff, more secrets, tips to help your game? I need you to download the Golf Kingdom app. Yeah, go to your app store, download the app. Here you have daily tips from me. You've got all the shows right here in the show library, and then all the segments are broken out so you can get everything to help your game in full swing, chipping, putting. Go to your app store, get the Golf Kingdom app, try the 7-day free trial, and I guarantee you'll find all kinds of great stuff to help your game. Welcome back to the Golf Kingdom. And you know what? It's time for Talk Nerdy to Me. Yes, we're going to get nerdy here. We're going to talk about a little science of golf, but actually, we're going to talk science of golf and the science of you. Yes, you have science too, just like the game of golf does. I'm going to tell you a little story, and it's going to relate to this thing right here. It's a water jug or a drink bottle. On tour one time, it was really hot, and this is back before we had bottled water everywhere or Gatorade or Powerade on every hole on tour. And I had a drink bottle, and it was half full of warm water. And I was coming up to a brand new, fresh drink jug on the course. I was going to get some nice cold water. As I walked up, I took the jug and dumped the water out, pushed the button, and nothing came out. Oh no, I had just dumped out my only good drinking water right there on the ground, and now I had 4 more holes to play before I was done. I learned a lesson that day. Don't empty this until you're sure there's water in the jug. Now, here's where we get a little sciencey and talk nerdy. We have learned that hydration levels in athletics are super duper important. Now, in golf, we can keep these bottles full, keep them in our bag, and drink and drink and drink as we play. Here's the science that's important, and this is a little bit of a freak out. At 3% dehydration, you lose almost 20% of your muscle efficiency. Think about that. 3%. If you just lose a little bit of your hydration here, 3%, you lose 20% of your muscle efficiency. That's why maybe you play a good front nine and a lousy back nine. So stay hydrated. Get this bottle. Keep it full. Keep drinking. My caddy's job on tour was to keep me eating and drinking and keep my body science strong so that I didn't tank on the golf course. So this has been Talk Nerdy and about keeping hydrated on the course. It's our putting service announcement. Yes, the PSA, where I give you something specific to help you with this stick right here. Yeah, this is the stick that it's like shooting a basketball. Man, you got to be able to shoot these in the hole. So I've got something specific that we're going to get after here to help you with speed and putting, something I coach all my players on to help them understand what they see when they look down to get their speed right. So what I see a lot in putting strokes is I see a lot of putting strokes that go back way too far and then come down and come through way too short. And you can't control your speed when you do that because you'll come down and just kind of cut it off short and just kind of pop at it and the ball will go too far, or you'll quit at it and the ball won't go far enough. And then to fix that, you'll go back too short and you'll whack at it. You have to have a gradually increasing stroke as you go to hit the ball gradually a little farther. And that's where understanding how to stand over a putter helps you get it right. So I coach what I call the 3-shoe stance width. Now everybody's going, 3 shoes? Wait, I've only got 2 feet. How do I get 3 shoes down there? Let me explain what I mean and explain why this is important. So I've got an extra shoe here. So when I sit up to putt, what I want to look down and see is a 3-shoe stance so that I've got just a little bit of a width, like a putter width, on either side of that 3rd shoe. So I'm not cramming it in there like that. It's comfortably between my feet. I don't want to be this wide. I want it like this. Now, why is this important? You're asking me, Rob, why is a 3-shoe stance width important? Because it helps me see stroke size. What happens is when I get real wide, I never get to my right foot very quickly when I take a stroke. It takes the putter forever to get to my back shoe, so I can't see where short is here. I can't see where a tiny stroke is. So if I have to hit a short putt that doesn't go very far, I want to get to this back shoe real quick. So I'll get set up, and man, my putter gets to my back shoe real quick. So I know this is going to be a short putt, so it better be a short stroke. If I've got to go farther, I want to get the putter back past my shoe. So if I got to go a little farther now, I get past my shoe pretty quick, and I hit a putt, and that ball will roll 15, 20 feet, let's say. And now if I've got a really, really long putt, man, my putter better get some daylight between this back shoe. So if I'm too wide here, I get all this dead zone where I don't know where the putter is. So there's a 3-shoe stance width. Our putting service announcement. Try this. Look down and go, oh, wow, I can see a short stroke because I don't ever get to my back shoe. I get past my back shoe. That might be 20 feet. And if I get daylight back here between my shoe and the putter, it's going to be a long one. Okay, it's time for strategy. We get real serious because without a plan, there is no attack. And without attack, there is no victory. And I want you to be able to be victorious on the course and attack when you should. And that's what we're going to talk about is picking your moments. When should you attack and how should you attack? Let's look at 2 golf holes here and talk about when to attack and how we should attack. So the first hole that's going to come up is one you're familiar with, the 16th at Augusta. So when the flag is back left, like it is here in this picture, you can see the shadow of the flagstick. The tee is here. How do the players attack this hole? Do they hit it all the way across the water, all the way across the sand at that flag? No, they don't. They hit it over here in the middle, and they use the slope to make it come that way. They don't attack it directly. They play a safe shot so that if the slope doesn't grab it, they're over here, and they're safe on the green for a 2-putt. So you have to understand your moments. Attacking this flag, no. Over here, yeah, we're going to attack these flags when they're in this corridor right here because we don't have this narrow little thumb of green. So narrow thumbs of green, we shouldn't attack those. Next picture, here's what we've got. We've got a short shot on a par 4 to a deep bunker and a skinny little green that tips from back to front like that. Front flag right here. We don't want to attack that flag. What we learned from data is tour players are bad to front flags. We want to hit this behind the flag and either stop it here or spin it back because we don't want to be in this deep front bunker because that bunker is over your head. We don't want to try to flip it out of that. That's where we mess it up. So attacking here, front flag, no. Back flag, yes. So pick your moments and you won't mess up these flags and screw up your scorecard. Stay tuned. We got some more great stuff here to help you attack your game in the Golf Kingdom. Alexa, open Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to Golf Kingdom. Here's your golf tip of the day.
Welcome to the Golf Kingdom. I am your host, Rob Strano, and here is today's Pro Pointer.
Alexa, stop. If you want more pro pointers from me via your Amazon-enabled skill at the Golf Kingdom, be sure to go there and enable it. Every day I give you a new tip free with your Amazon-enabled device. So enable the Golf Kingdom and you'll get a tip from me, your host, Rob Strano, every day. That Barney Rubble, what an actor. Hey, welcome to Golf Kingdom at home. Yeah, we're at home. And you know what? Sometimes you can't get to the golf course. Sometimes you got to practice at home. And I've got some ideas on key things you can practice here at home when you can't get to the golf course. Now, 2 of the hardest things to fix in golf are your grip and grip pressure as you swing the golf club. And I always tell my players, grip changes are very similar to if I changed how you held a pencil or how you scrubbed your teeth with the toothbrush and how you held it, how you held a fork. If I change that, you're going to struggle with how do I hold it? You're going to forget to hold it right. So the more you practice it, the more you get used to doing it. Same thing here with the grip change. So maybe you've got a weak grip where the thumb is straight at 12 o'clock and I need to get over here strong because we want to have a strong grip, not a weak grip. If you're a slicer and you're looking down at your thumb straight up and down and you can't see any knuckles over here, you want to get this turned where I can see 3 knuckles, my palm low to the ground there, my thumb there. Well, it's a weird, different feeling, but the question is, how do you practice it? How do you get it? This is where being at home with Rob helps you. You're going to have a golf club next to your chair. You're going to practice sitting here, gripping the club. So I'm going to grip it, put it down, grip it, put it down. I'm not sure what my leg's doing while I'm doing this. I don't need to move my leg, but I can just practice taking my grip here, looking at it. Okay, it's correct. I put it down in front of me. Yeah, it's correct. So I can have a golf club right here next to my chair and grip it and hang on to it. Make sure that grip is correct and just put it down, grip it, put it down. Do that during commercials of your favorite show and you'll get that grip change fast. Now, maybe you can't have a golf club here. Maybe you're not allowed to have a golf club in the house. Well, what can you do to practice your grip? Well, I got a couple remotes here. Let me grab this one because I'm not using this one. Practice with your remote. So here's my remote. I'm going to put my hand on there. I'm going to grip it like that. There we go. Put the remote down, grip it. So during commercials, don't change the channel. Practice taking your grip with your remote. Now, the other thing that players struggle with is grip pressure. So let me reach in my popcorn bowl here, and I've got some of this popcorn stuff. It's that bubble wrap stuff. Yeah. So bubble wrap. Once again, take your remote, wrap your remote in bubble wrap if you can't have a golf club in the house. Otherwise, use your golf club and practice taking your grip. Get up on the edge of your chair here, so you're up kind of in your posture. So when we start back, we don't want a lot of movement out of our body. We want to have our hands calm and practice this simple move right here. So I'm not squeezing the grip. I'm not squeezing the remote. I'm keeping my hands calm. I'm not popping any of the bubble wrap. Now, if you want to get real daring, the old way to do it is grab a tube of toothpaste. So grab a tube of toothpaste, take the top off, hold it down in front of you here, take that good new grip and practice going back and not squeezing any toothpaste out on the floor. That's living dangerously, but you know what? If you can do this right here at home during your commercials of your shows, you can fix your grip, pressure as you start back, and not snatch it. You do that, and you'll have a calmer takeaway, and if you do this, you'll fix your grip fast. So thanks for joining me at home here with Rob with 2 key things to get your grip correct quick and to fix your takeaway. Okay, it's time for a little pop culture. So I want everybody to get in position here because it's football season. It's time for the games to get going. I love football. I grew up going to football games. And the question is, in pop culture, how can a little football help your game? Here's what we're going to do. Get yourself a football or pretend you've got a football. What I want you to do is pretend like you're a quarterback. Yeah, we want to pretend like we're all a glamorous Tom Brady style quarterback. And this ball's pretty squishy. This might actually be one of Tom's old balls. Holy smokes, I can squeeze that thing. But pretend like you've got a ball. Get a ball. And what I want you to do is get under center. So pretend you're under center right here. Boom. When you do that, you get perfectly 50-50 on your feet. A quarterback is never under center leaning one way or another. They're never under center too wide. They get a comfortable stance with, they get their pressure 50-50, and they're right there under center. Your rear end gets out, your back gets straight. You get a nice athletic posture and setup. Now, here's what you do to find your grip. So you're going to get under center right here. Boom, I'm facing the camera. I'm under center. I'm ready to call out the signals. Red 12, red 12. Hot route, hot route. Okay, I'm right here. What I want you to do now is take your hands and turn the point of this ball. I want you to turn it over here to 1 o'clock. So 12 o'clock is facing the camera. Turn it to 1 o'clock. Now from there, simply drop the ball and take your grip without changing your hands. You'll find this hand is more to the ground and this hand is more under. This is a nice strong grip then. So once again, here we go. Under center. Get ready to call the signals. Turn the nose of the ball to 1 o'clock right there. Lead hand is on top, trail hand is underneath. Drop it, grip it. There's your grip. So football, it can help your setup every time to get athletic and get the right grip. Well, sometimes in golf, things are as simple as black and white, and that's what we got going on today. I got half black, half white, and a little bit of white here to demonstrate a point about what the trail leg does in the backswing and how the hip moves and how the backswing is a fight. It's not just a random we spin back in the backswing. No, it's a fight that goes on. The lower half is fighting the upper half. So the upper half is wanting to turn over the trail leg just like this. I'm trying to get this upper half over my shoe, my trail shoe, but this is fighting it. It's just not a spin where everything just spins and turns. So if you're watching, this isn't just spinning and turning like that, because when I do that, watch me roll to my outside of my foot right there. So I risk turning my ankle when I roll this completely out of the way and overturn my hips. Let's talk about the right thing to do and the right way to do it. So this piece of tape right here, right up the crease of my pants, I am trying to keep this as still as I can. I'm not letting it wander out here like I just showed you where it's wandering and the hips are doing all this. I'm trying to keep this still, keep this knee inward, and what would happen is this foot feels like it's kind of turning on the ground this way as this is fighting. I'm trying to turn this white part into this white part and make them become one without moving that. So when I go back, I'm keeping this inward and I'm trying to turn this and fold this in. I'm trying to fold this hip piece in here and not let it pop out and not let it spin behind me. So when I set up, the trail knee pinches in a little bit like this, like I'm squeezing something between my knees. I'm trying to hold this still and turn this half into this and keep this pocket right here in place and let it get behind me a little bit. So it kind of looks like that. See, it's even hard for me to talk because this is turning in so hard. This is folding into it. So it looks like this from the back side. This is gonna stay here, and I'm trying to not turn this out to the camera. I'm trying to keep the fight in here and keep it turned in and get that spot going back. So practice this at home. Take some tape, put it on here. See if you can get this feeling of these two pieces folding into each other like you're folding a book to get the correct load going back. Okay, let's take it down a notch. It's time to rise to close the show with. I'm going to talk about a famous quote, and the quote goes like this: when you run alone, you run fast. When you run with others, you run far. And golf's about doing things with others. You play with others. Maybe you've got a caddy like I had on tour. Here's some famous caddy pairings. Check these pictures out. First off, you've got Jack Nicklaus and his famous caddy, Angelo Argia. Then a really famous pairing was Tom Watson and Bruce Edwards. And of course, y'all know these two, Tiger Woods and Stevie Williams. So we have caddies on tour. They help us decide what to do. They talk us through stuff. They keep us calm under pressure. Our friends do that on the course. Our friends do that in life. We lean on them on the course when we're playing. We lean on them in life when we need advice. So if you want to go far, maybe with your golf game or with your life, remember, it's best done with others, not alone. Life's not meant to be done alone. It's meant to be done with your friends, your caddy, or your family so that you can go far in life. Well, it looks like we survived another episode of the Golf Kingdom, and it's Strano's time. Let's bring in our notes on the 3 key things I want you to remember. In the KISS segment, I talked about relaxed shoulders help you pitch the ball better. Then we definitely got into the science a little bit and talked about hydration and how important it is to stay hydrated on the golf course to perform your best. And then the last thing I want you to remember is you can be an NFL quarterback and set up better if you just imagine getting under center and turning the football a certain way to get the correct grip. Now, as always, be sure to check us out on social media. We're out there on all the platforms. And to get more Golf Kingdom, including daily stuff from me, download the Golf Kingdom app. Go to your app store, download the app. All kinds of stuff is there, including all the shows and all the segments. And lastly, if you have an Alexa device, be sure to enable the Golf Kingdom Alexa skill. Just say, Alexa, play Golf Kingdom, and you'll get a free daily tip from me, your host, Rob Strano, every day. As always, thank you for joining me here and surviving another Golf Kingdom.